Alright guys, what's up here? Coach Lou here from Jiu-Jitsu Dominance. I want to show you some drills that you could be doing on the daily, every other day type deal to open up your hips that'll make your lower back feel better, because I know a lot of people out there suffer from tight lower backs, and they think it's their lower back. They think it's directly lower back, and it's probably not. It's probably their hips in general. So really, you don't need much to do this. You don't even need this equipment. A couple of these, two of these, I think you don't need anything. Two of them, you're gonna need something to stand on or something to prop your leg up on, right? So using a lowest plyo box, again, you can use whatever, a bench, doesn't matter, maybe a really low couch. The key is to be standing on something. Now this knee, this foot's gonna stay on here, this knee is gonna get sent back, right? Now when this foot gets sent back, we wanna bring this knee close to the ground, right? And we wanna kind of bring it closer and closer, allow yourself to breathe. You wanna keep the upper body upright, right? Let this right here the knee fall to the ground, and let this stretch right here, right? And I think it's a very excellent drill. You got to learn how to relax and let yourself settle down, right? You're gonna hit both sides there. 30 seconds, maybe a minute. The only problem I can see is if people have, obviously jiu-jitsu or grappling in general, if your toes don't bend back right, which I've seen people get stubbed toes and they're kind of limping, it's probably gonna hurt. I wouldn't recommend you do that in that way, but I would recommend another way, like basically on the ground. But if that's number one, number two, if you guys ever heard of what's called cat camels, our spine is on an S for a reason. It needs some areas to be able to knuckle back and forth, but your musculature has a direct correlation with the muscles in your lower back. One of the things is if the spine, the framework, the little muscles that attach to it are stiff. So what we want to do is what's called cat, basically like shoot your spine, try to shoot your spine out of your body, around your back. You're gonna feel your abs really contract. Then what you want to do is curve hard, right? Same scope of work. Extend your shoulder blades all the way to the ceiling. If you want to if that's too easy for you and you have a good, one of the things you can do also is shoot your knees off the ground. Now, knuckle down, head down. Then when you come up, you want to look up, right? And back down. Maybe just something like 10 reps, right? The key is that the back is moving, and you're moving your head also, right? And you're getting full flexion, full extension there. One of the next ones is very classical yoga, but I always see it, this is some area that people get tight. You just want to drop, if you guys can see my feet here, you want to drop one knee behind the other. Say my right knee is behind my left. In a classical, what's called pigeon. You want to go forward here, right? You want to stretch the outside capsule of the hip. And this is probably a passive stretch. If you need more than this, you probably need a band to help move certain things, right? And again, it's 20, 30 seconds. My recommendation is that if you know one side's worse than the other, then we do that side 2-3 sets more. If you do that all the time, that adds up to a lot more in regards to how many times we're hitting our tighter side, you know? And then the last guy, you're gonna need basically something, a couch, a bench. You can do it on anything. Like, I'm just gonna use this taller plyo here, plyo box. The key is, if you've watched any of the other videos, especially on my other, the BJJ Dominance page, I have a standing figure 4 squat. Very similar, right? You're gonna be here, make sure this is at 90. Heel is aligned with this hip, right? Like you don't wanna be way over that way. This knee's gonna drop. We're gonna come right forward, right? Come right forward into this position here. That's really gonna stretch the outside. Now, there's a lot going on there, right? You're gonna hit 2-3 sets, 30, 40 seconds. Remember, breathing is directly correlated with mobility and flexibility work. If we're not breathing, we're not telling the nerves to calm down. We're not going what's called parasympathetic. Big fancy word for basically relaxation, how the body relaxes in parasympathetic states. That's why people get addicted to yoga and breathing and yada yada. But this is, guys, let me know what you guys want to see. This is just an awesome routine I use all the time to open up my hips very well. and then it takes the stress off of my lower back. If this is super tight, especially inside or outside, this is gonna feel it. This here is gonna feel it, and you're also gonna feel pinchiness right here. So when you squat, right, and we're lowering down, we probably have this hard pitch forward, right? And this butt stays high. That's because your hips are tight. And I'll show you guys an excellent drill how to fix that last problem, squatting with just some weight. Show you guys that next time. Coach Lou here. Any questions, let me know. Coach Lou here. See you later.